we've sold thousands of lots to people willing to exchange on the day and complete within 28 days. Property auctions made quick, easy and simple. Clive Emson Land and Property Auctioneers.
Well, hello. Yes, we are back once again for the September live catalogue launch show with Clive Emson Auctioneers. As you can see, I'm joined by the expert, the man who knows it all, the face of auctions. It is Paul Bridgeman. Paul, how are you doing? Are you excited for this one?
Yeah, I am. Yes, yeah, really big catalogue for September, which is great news. Off the back of the results from the last auction, I've got an empty seat here, mate. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what. As you can see, we're not together this time. There's a couple of reasons for that. Mainly, the turbo's gone on my Peugeot, which is one of the reasons why, as you can probably tell. So we will be back studio side together.
But about that.
We will, of course, be back together later on this month as well for the bidding show when actually the auction actually goes live. And of course, this is for the September auction. The catalogue went live on Friday, I believe. When does the bidding actually start, Paul?
Right. Okay. Well, the auction will go live for bidding. As I said, the lots are all live to look at now, so you can do all your research work. But then, as I said, the bidding starts on Monday the 19th. And we'll finish on the Wednesday, which is the 21st of September. And that will be the date when we find out what we've sold out of the 162 lots we've got in the catalogue this time.
Well, yeah, 162 lots. There are quite a lot to get through. But before we do that, of course, let's just touch on that July auction as well. Let's have a look at some of the incredible results. I've just managed to get the text in. Here we go. July auction, there was 120 lots. 78% of those lots were sold, raising 21.6 million for your clients, Paul. Wow.
Yeah, fantastic results. I mean, the property market's still going from strength to strength. We haven't seen signs of it slowing down. We haven't seen signs of people getting nervous yet. It's absolutely positive all the way. The auctions have been absolutely fantastic, as you know, and the results just speak for themselves. That's not fiddling those figures in any way, shape, or form. That's definitely a true reflection of what's happened. As I said, the auction result was absolutely fantastic, and there was lots sold. Over £500,000 plus, and as we know, the Fort Gilkirker actually sold on the day of the auction as well. It's just over 1.3 million, so that's fantastic. Wow. Yeah, fantastic result.
That was a cracker, was it? Certainly a standout. We've got a fair few standouts, so we're going to take you through today.
Wonderful and brilliant again. So absolutely, we've got a great selection.
We certainly do. Now, we will say at any point watching this show, if you're new to auctions or you know what you're doing, you've got the experience, you know what you're doing, but you want to find out more, do register your interest. Head over to cliveemson.co.uk. There's the website. However, to make life even easier for you, we have put a link in the body of this broadcast. Wherever you're watching it, there's a link that takes you straight through to the Clive Emson website. Give it a click, take you straight through, register your interest for the September auction. And there's also a phone number, isn't there, Paul?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yes. Yeah. I mean, if there's anything you want to talk about, if you want to know a little bit more about any of the lots, you can pick up the phone, speak to any of the negotiators who've looked at the properties, get a bit more information. You can give us a ring on 0345 85 0033.
Fantastic. Now, right, before we get into the lots, it is very important. So we normally show a video at this point of your 5 golden rules, but because we've got so many lots to go through, we're going to cut it down a little bit. I've got an image to show. Paul, you have your 5 golden rules of bidding. I've got the image here. Let's pop it on screen. Talk us through your 5 golden rules.
Yeah, of course. Let's say the 5 golden rules are, well, as I said, first thing is always go and have a look at the property. Has the image come up on your screen? Because it's not come up this side.
Oh, is it not? No, I'm not seeing it actually. Let me see. Elaine, can you try and pop it on, please? Let me have a look. Why has the image not come on there? No. The 5 golden rules image. We'll pop it up very shortly, but just talk us through it whilst we're waiting to get that image shown on screen.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, first thing is obviously you get the email come through with all the information about the lots, and you see all the ones you want to have a look at. First thing is, do your research. Go and have a look at the property. Go and inspect it in person. Identify the property you want to start thinking about buying. Don't restrict yourself to one. You can always put other ones up there as well, and go and have a look at as many as you like. There are some obviously you can't have a look at, but go and look at the area, look at the outside of the property if you can't get inside it. If it's land, go and find out what's either side of the land. And yeah, you just start building your research. And once you've done that, next step is to go and get the legal pack. Now that will be available to download from our website. Might not be available today, but if you register with your details, as soon as the information comes in, we'll get it over to you, send you an email to let you know that the pack's in and ready to download. So yeah, the legal pack is get your own legal advice on the information that's provided, but it should be then everything that you want to see about that property, that land, that commercial premises, that you want to know about that property on a legal footing, and let's say your solicitor can then give you advice on that.
Okay, has that come on screen for you now, Paul?
Can't see it this one, I'm afraid. No.
Oh no, neither can I. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play the video, the 5 golden rules of bidding, and we'll make sure we get those images shown for you.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Paul from Clive Emson Land and Property Auctioneers. I'm one of the auctioneers with the company, and we want to give you some tips on how to buy a property at auction. The 5 golden rules to buying at auction. We're in the beautiful mid-Essex village of Turlin. And one example of one of the properties we've got in their current auction, the beautiful chapel here in Turlin, and we want to give you, as I say, a few tips on how to buy at auction, which should be the most open, transparent and fun way of buying land or property. So come inside and we'll give you some tips. Okay, so you found the area that you want to buy in. You've done all your research into areas and what you want to do with the property when you've actually purchased. So you see a property in the auction catalogue or online, and you say, that's the one for me. I really want to go and buy that property. Here's the 5 tips we should recommend you should be following if you want to buy a property at auction. Firstly, get all the property details. Download it from the internet, look at it online, and go and view the property. Inspect the property is a big important thing you need to do. You see a lot of people on Homes Under the Hammer who buy something and have never seen the property. Very risky. I would always recommend you in person go and look at the property if you can. Second point is the legals. Always download the legal pack, get your own legal advice on that legal pack. Get your solicitor to look at the pack, either send it to them or they can download it from our website also. Because really, that is everything you need to know about the property, and like I say, it's the most open and transparent way of buying a property. So everything about the property will be in that legal pack for you to have a look at. Next thing, do you need a survey? Do you need it for finance purposes? Do you need it for your own peace of mind? If so, then obviously you need to organise that survey before you come along to the auction to bid. So that is a really important point. You may not need a survey. You may be comfortable looking at the property yourself, have people you know who are comfortable of looking at the property and can give you advice on it. But if you need a survey or you want peace of mind, do it before the auction. Because after the hammer's gone down on the day of the auction, you've exchanged contracts. You're legally bound to purchase that property. So if you then go and get a survey and you don't like the report that comes back, you're legally bound to still purchase that property and you've paid your 10% deposit. Fourth point is knowing the costs. Know the costs of what you're going to be involved with. Is it just the purchase price? There's also an auction administration charge, which is on a sliding scale depending on the price you purchase at. All the information will be available on the addendum and is available on our website and the catalogue also. So look into that. Also in the special conditions, which are in the legal pack, you will need to look at if there are any additional costs that you need to pay towards the purchase. Sometimes there are costs in there, so yeah, just have a look at that. That's quite an important point. But also in terms of knowing your own costs, what do you need to spend in terms of doing the property up, additional research work, anything that you might need to do to get to the end product that you actually want to end up with. As I say, so know those costs, work it all out, and be quite thorough and have a bit of flexibility in your budget too. The last thing really is to register for the auction. Our auctions are still online at present, so what you need to do is go to our website, click the register to bid button and follow the links through to and fill in all the information, including your identification documents, your credit or debit card details, your solicitor's details, and build your profile on the bidding platform. Last thing, auction day. Don't panic. Stick within your means, know what you want to pay, and as I say, really you just need to then follow the process and see it through to the counter down to getting to zero, or that hammer falling, and at that point you know you've purchased the property. And the one thing to remember is if you are the successful bidder, you've never overpaid for a property at auction. Unlike informal tenders or on the market, you don't know what other people have bid. At auction, it's open, it's transparent. You can see what the underbidder's paid. And if you are the successful bidder, you know you've got it for one bid more than the underbidder. So congratulations at that point. Well done. You're the new owner of a land or property. So I hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions at any point during the process, best thing to do is give us a call, and we'll be only too pleased to talk you through the process a bit further and answer any questions you've got. Thank you.
There we go, Paul. Good stuff indeed. Now, I fingers crossed we are going to be able to show the images now. If not, I don't know if anybody else can see that on screen. Let's see if we can pop the 5 golden rules on screen. Elaine, if you could do that for me. Let's have a look. I'm not seeing anything on screen now, actually. I don't know about you, Paul. Are you?
No, nothing coming up, I'm afraid.
No, nothing's coming up my end. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then for this segment to keep us going. We do have a number of feature lots to show as well, don't we? So I think we should start with our first feature lot. Feature lot number 19. We are going to have a guest going to come in and talk us through that. It is quite a lengthy video, though, so we're going to check that one out for you. Let's have a little look at feature lot 19. I'm going to play the video, and it's a beautiful Chelsea Baptist Church. Let's play the video. Oh, I do love a good church there, and of course, Paul, we're joined by a very special guest now as well, aren't we?
That's right. Yeah, Russell's joining me in the studio here. Yeah, that's right.
Russell, it's good to see you. That's some property you've got there up for auction. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, when we got the call to assess that one, and the client was telling me all about it, I knew that was something we had to get involved with, because Clive Emson have got a really good reputation for bringing to auction and selling this type of lot. So, and it's looking good in the current catalogue, because we've got some other churches and chapels. But yeah, Wolsey, brilliant, quiet little village in just south of Wallingford, Oxfordshire. It is what it is. A detached building, set on its own plot. It's got planning consent to convert it into a 3-bedroom property, and full planning's there. So whereas some other lots we may have sold in the past, you've had to apply for planning. All the hard work's been done for you in this one.
Yeah, project all ready for someone to walk into and get started.
Absolutely,
yeah, absolutely. And you did a star spotted on the way there, apparently.
Oh God, yeah. I couldn't believe it. So I'm in the middle of nowhere and driving through another little village, and I'm at a set of traffic lights, and there's a guy walking up the street with his dog. As he got closer and closer, I went, I can't believe it. That is Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons, oh yes.
And I thought, I can't believe it. I mean, I could have, I'm in the middle of nowhere, wasn't expecting it at all. And he walked along nonchalantly, straight into a little coffee shop. I thought, God, dear. So there you go, rubbing shoulders with
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That doesn't happen in Chelmsford too often, does it? No. Couple of only way Essex stars maybe, but I wouldn't know if I tripped over, to be fair.
Well, Jeremy Irons, if you're watching this, that property is
absolutely, yeah.
Russell, tell us, how long have you been with Clive Emson then? Tell us more about how long you've been with Clive Emson and your career.
This is my second year. So I started just after the lockdown, and it's been brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And for me, every day it's a busman's holiday, really. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I worked with Russell a few years ago, and I told him he was wasted where he was, and he come and join us. And I've been trying to get him to come and join us for years. And when the opportunity came up, there was the only one man to call and start putting the pressure on. And I got my man.
Now, let me ask you a quick question, actually, because I always find this fascinating. I'm not involved, obviously, in auctions and such, other than this show, really. And that property you've got there, the church we've just seen there, that magnificent property. How does that come to you? Do you see it decide on their own and think, I'm going to inquire about that? Or do people come to Clive Emson and think, I want to put this up for auction, or I'm not really sure what to do? How does it work from start to finish of somebody going, I want to sell at auction, what do I do?
Yeah, there's a whole different number of reasons, really. Something might come to auction. We get people contact us directly because they've seen us on Homes Under the Hammer, and that, to be honest, is one of our best adverts. Is that we appear on that program a lot, which is great for us. And people put 2 and 2 together, work out who we are, etc. So we get a lot of calls off the back of that. It's great education as well, in terms of telling people what to do with auctions. It's not feature-led. It's not, looking for an inside story or anything like that. It's just about the people and the property, and that is perfect. And it tells people what to do at auctions, but not only buyers, but sellers as well. So we get properties like this one, which is a former chapel. We had Turling Chapel earlier in the year. We've got other chapels and churches in this catalogue as well. As I say, yes, it's quite a specialist type of property. People will look through the internet, see who sold similar things, and they'll contact us off the back of it. On top of that, as Russell mentioned, we've got a great reputation with buyers and sellers alike. Clive having started the business almost 35 years ago in 1989, that's when the company was founded, and we've built on the family name, and we're still a family-run business. So customer service is very much key to us, and we have to create that, that positive, good feel about what we do, but also working with integrity and fairness and all these things that you shouldn't be, every auctioneer should be doing, in order to improve the standards in this sector of the market.
Russell,
sorry, go on. in short, the inquiries come from all different kinds of from different kinds of avenues, and we are one of the largest auctioneers in the UK. So as I say, we appear quite high on people's radar.
Now, fantastic stuff, Russell. Let's come back to the church. Who do you think this property is ideal for?
Well, as I've said in the catalogue, it's ideal for developers. Personally, I think this is going to be suitable for somebody that's looking in particular to live in that part of the world. And it's got character. They can't do an awful lot with the outside of it. It's not listed, but you can't really do much because they want, under the planning consent, they want to keep as much of the exterior as possible. But you can go in there and change it around and get some really good accommodation. It'll have 2 bathrooms. Be pretty good looking at the plans, which can be downloaded from the local authority website. I really think the person that's going to buy this is going to be for owner occupation. They may have been looking for something in particular coming up. I'm not 100% convinced somebody's going to buy it and then rent it out. Wallingford, Charles is not that type of area. It's quiet, it's very local, and I think it's going to be owner occupied. What do you reckon? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, someone looking for a self-build project or something like that. A developer, yes, they might look at it and think they can make an improvement in terms of the price they resell it for. But something specialist like this, someone who's looking for a chapel conversion or a church conversion, they make fantastic conversions. So there's a market out there for people looking for something just like this. So you're right. I think you'll find it will be someone who's looking for a self-build project, a self-conversion project, and who's looking to be in that specific area.
And I think because obviously it depends on what you want to do, but you've not got to build the property. You've not got to spend money doing a planning application. That's all done. So the only costs you've got there are conversion costs.
That's right.
Just changing the accommodation, fitting it, getting your supplies in, getting your gas, electricity, whatever's there. So it's quite, in terms of the actual outlay, it's actually fairly minimal, to then have a really exciting property that's all done in that part of the world.
Talking of outlay, it's am I right in saying guide price 350 plus?
That's right. Yeah, I mean it's a high value area as well. It's a really popular little location. So guide price at 350 plus, and then people can put in there the fittings, the furnishings, the quality of kitchen they want to put in there, and I would say whoever's going to do this, I'm sure they'll do it very well, and they'll put high quality fittings in there to really make it stand out and be really fantastic.
And it's tucked away, so you wouldn't know it's there. And I'd like to think that probably whoever did buy it, they kept the little archway across the top. It says Chelsea Baptist Church.
There's little character bits like that make it.
To be honest, if you blow on it, it would probably fall over. But if they really and kept it, really amazing, because you're away, no one would know you're there. That's why I love it. That's why I think it's a lot.
Question for you, chaps. You mentioned Homes Under the Hammer. Of course, what they do on Homes Under the Hammer is they obviously go to see the property and then they go back after it's been kitted out fully, shall we say. The developers had their 2 pence worth into it. Do you guys ever do that? I mean, this property here, the Baptist Church, would it be amazing to go back in a year's time and see how it looks?
I'd love. I mean, I say we keep threatening to go and see some of the ones we've sold, and we'd love to go back and see some of it because I think the job. I mean, so, as you know, the types of property we get are so special sometimes. And to go back and see the finished article would be amazing.
Well, I tell you what, I'll make a point of this. When we sell this, I will make sure that we go back there, and then we will do this again next time we come around, if everyone remembers, and we'll do our own little section, Homes Under the Hammer.
Chapels Under
the
Hammer. Under the Hammer, before and after.
Russell, we'll come with you because actually Wallingford, it's not too far away, Wallingford from me. It's just up the road. So I'll come with you.
Fabulous. Absolutely. You're on.
Fantastic stuff, Russell. Thank you so much for taking us through that. That's feature lot 19, Chelsea Baptist Church, Chelsea in Wallingford. Guide price.
Ian, before I let Russell go, we've had a lot of feedback that these sections are actually the bits people enjoy the most in the videos that we do, because they get to meet the team as well. So I've just put together 10 little questions for Russell.
Yes.
We're going to do everyone. So I'm going to come to you in a bit, Ian. So you're going to get your turn too.
Okay.
So people want to know a bit about Russell Paul.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 10 favourites.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
10 favourites.
I'll do my best. Right.
Favourite holiday destination. Quick fire.
Greece.
Come on. Greece. Favourite place in the UK.
Chelmsford.
Liar. Favourite Chelmsford. Nothing wrong with Chelmsford. Great place.
Favourite place in the UK? I'd have to say at the moment Wembley.
Russell was at the Taylor Hawkins gig at the weekend.
Oh wow, I've heard a lot of good things about that. Emotional, I
actually
imagine.
hear us. Yeah, I'm having to shout. So also Wembley Stadium. Your first car?
Oh dear, an Audi 80 1973 two-tone green.
Oh, nice.
Never forget that car.
We'll look that one up later. There's one from the retro, isn't it?
Lasted about 3 weeks.
That's about 3 weeks. Favourite drink?
I've got to say at the moment it's probably a nice glass of whiskey.
Nice glass of whiskey.
Oh, good man. Yeah.
Single malt?
Oh yeah.
Single malt.
Oh yeah. No, don't do that mixing stuff.
Particular region?
It's got to be Scottish. It's got to be Scottish.
Scottish, yeah. Favourite food?
My wife's lasagna.
Well, very well said. I know what you're getting for dinner tonight.
Russ there, yeah.
She's not watching, but as this is going to be recorded for later, I'll make sure
she will be watching it later.
There's the thumb. There's the thumb, Russell. Don't worry, mate.
Your hero? Sporting, music?
Music, absolutely. 100% Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl. There you go.
Yeah.
Favourite film?
Favourite film? Oh, that's very good. I've got to say, if you're talking about films at the moment, we watched The Grey Man on Netflix. And I thought that was excellent. So at the moment, that's probably my favourite film.
There you go. Russell's recommendation, The Grey Man. TV programme? Doesn't have to be current.
No, I'll tell you what it is. I know for sure because I'm a bit of a TV nut. Better Call Saul, another Netflix.
Oh yeah, Better Call Saul. Yeah.
Very good series. I haven't finished watching it yet. So
okay, don't spoil the ending.
Don't tell me.
Okay, all right. Favourite famous person ever met?
Oh, good.
Paul Bridgeman.
Other than Jeremy Irons.
Famous person I've ever met. Met. Oh God, it's a bit sad, but it's not sad really. I've met on a number of occasions former West Ham football player Frank Lampard Sr., which I am very proud to have been rubbing shoulders with.
Oh, he bought a property for me once.
Oh, did he really?
Yes. Sorry, if you're watching, I didn't mean to and revived a classic for you, Ian. Favourite biscuit?
Oh God, custard cream.
Oh no.
Oh really? Oh.
Can I ask you one question, quick fire question? I was at Alton Park doing motorsport at the weekend. I was asking all the race drivers what the drink of champions is. Is it tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Tea.
Good luck. Oh, I'm coffee. 2-1 coffee.
Here we go. Right.
Brilliant. Thanks, Russell.
Russell, thank you so much for that. I'm pleased to say, actually, Russell went first because I imagine those questions will be coming my way a little bit.
Yeah,
before we do that, let's get on with our next feature property, shall we? It is 2 Sanford Mill. Let me just make sure I'm getting it right. Yeah, it's 2 Sanford Mill cottages in Chelmsford. We've got a little video to play for you now. Watch and enjoy this. No, wow, beautiful. I love that music as well, by the way, Paul. It's very soothing, isn't it? It's very relaxing. You know, I always feel.
Yeah. Not to send people to sleep, but.
No, I think it's quite upbeat. I think it's quite nice. So that is, of course, lot 36, feature lot 36, 2 Sandford Mill Cottages, Sandfield Lane. Chelmsford, your neck of the woods, is called Guide Price between 250 and 260, I believe.
That's it. Guide price 250, 260. It's a beautiful little cottage down in Sandford Mill Lane. It's not far from the A12, close to the park and ride to get into Chelmsford City Centre. And again, it's only about 2 miles outside the city centre, but you wouldn't think it looking at the location. There's fields all around it. Obviously, you got, as the name suggests, you got the old mill buildings down there as well. But other than that, there's very few little cottages, and then there's some river walks and that sort of thing down there. Lovely little spot if you consider it's right in the centre of Chelmsford almost.
It's in really good condition as well, isn't it? It's almost ready to move in, I imagine.
It needs a little bit of finishing off in places, a little bit of work. The kitchen and the extension at the back just needs a little bit of attention to finish off, and then the rest of it, it's just sort of decoration according to taste. I mean, there's heating in there, but not in every room, so that you want to be finished off, and then it is just general redecoration work. It's a beautiful little cottage, great location. I think someone looking for this sort of property is going to be very, very popular, I hope.
That loft as well, that sort of converted attic, definitely needs a paintbrush over it, doesn't it, as well? That's quite garish blue.
There's two separate staircases. As you go in, then you've got this lovely little sort of with the sort of exposed stud work and that sort of thing, and a lovely fireplace. And then you've got one door sort of takes you up to the first bedroom, and then you go up through a hallway, and there's a snug off that. And then you go up, and there's a second staircase up to the second bedroom. I say one needs a bit more attention than the other. That's fair to say. It's a great little cottage. And out the back, you've got beautiful gardens, as the video showed. And again, there's more information, more photographs on the website at cliveemson.co.uk. And as I say, you go down the garden, nice sized garden, and then there's a row of little hedges, a little archway through, and you've got a decent sized workshop at the bottom of the garden as well. It's got a lot going for it. I think it's been nicely extended in sort of in keeping with the theme of the buildings, a bit of modern, bit of and a bit of the character that was there. It's all been done really nicely. Really nice. I think that could be a great little home for someone.
Yeah, I certainly think as well. And as we said, guide price from 250 to 260. If you are interested, as Paul, just to reiterate, Paul, I do believe we actually do have the ticker bar running across the bottom as well. Head over to cliveemson.co.uk to register your interest for the September auction. Live bidding from the 19th, didn't you say, Paul? 19th.
That's right. Bidding goes live on the 19th, around about midday. And from then, people can log on, start the bidding process. And it'll all finish on the 21st. First lot will finish at 11 o'clock, and they'll go on from there. Every 3 minutes finishing, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4, and so on until lot 162 comes to an end at the end of the day. Only slight change to that is if we get to the stage where someone's bidding and trying to snipe a bid in at the last 10 seconds eBay style, not going to work on their system. Because the timer will refresh for 5 minutes to give everyone fair chance to come in and rebid. So don't think you're going to be outbid by someone coming in at the last moment. Please read through how the process works. But as I say, you'll be rest assured knowing that the timer will reset. Everyone will get another 5 minutes to come back and make an increased bid if they wish. As I say, I envisage a late night on the 21st because with 161 lots. There's a chance we could still be going at 10 o'clock in the evening, which never a bad thing because it means we're doing well.
Exactly, because it's an online auction as well. To make life even easier for you watching this too, if you do want to register your interest, if you like to look at that, there's a link in the body of this broadcast, takes you straight through to the Clive Emson website. You don't even have to type it out. How good is that, Paul? Couldn't make it any easier for you to register your interest as well.
Or if you want to give us a call, as we say, please do give us a ring. If you're unsure about any aspects of the auction process, bidding process, what do you need to look at, what do you need to do in terms of legals, etc. Give us a ring. Best number to reach us on. You can ring the local offices. Numbers are all on the website, or you can ring the main number, which is 0345 85 00 333. So give us a ring on that number. All the team here, we're a friendly lot. We'll be only too pleased to talk to you, and Russell will talk to you endlessly about Dave Grohl.
He certainly will. I do remember I saw the Foo Fighters myself at Leeds Festival 15 years ago now. I'm going back, maybe even longer than that. Sort of showing my age a little bit here, Paul. Now, everybody watching this show, as you can see, we've adapted it ever so slightly. We're making this actually a feature lot show. I'll be totally honest, we're having a couple of issues with the images, getting them shown on screen for some reason. But don't worry, we will have another full lot show. You will see all 162 lots at some point over the course of the next week. We'll repeat this show multiple times as well, up until our live bidding launch show, which will be on the 19th, actually, won't it, Paul? The day of the bidding launch. You can tune back in and watch that. Get back into it too, and we will later on this week bring you another show where you will see the images of all 162 lots going under hammer. For this show, we're going to focus on the feature lots right now, and we've got even more coming up. We have a guest coming up very soon, I believe. Do we have Kevin coming up very, very shortly, Paul?
Yeah, Kevin's our historian, isn't he? We had the Naturist Club in the last auction, which sold really well in the end. As I say, Kevin's always got great knowledge of the lots he's selling, so I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve for us this time as well.
He certainly does. We're going to come to him very shortly, but before we do that, he actually has two lots that we are going to feature with him, and one of them actually land and remains of Napoleonic Fort, and another Napoleonic Fort at Dungeness Road. Have I said that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Battery Road. Well, I don't know about you, Paul. I'd quite like to see it. So shall we have a look?
Let's have a look. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there we go. I always find those fascinating because it's always quite difficult to visualise, isn't it? Of course, that is Land Battery Road, Dungeness Road, Dungeness. Guide price between 55 and 58. So land, basically, Paul.
It is, yeah, about 26 acres approximately there. So it's a little fact for you as well. It's understood that Dungeness is Britain's only desert. There you go. Did you know that?
Is that true? Is that really true?
And Europe's largest expanse of shingle.
Wow. Okay. Isn't it incredible what you learn when you watch an auction show?
I bet Kevin says exactly the same in a minute. And I'll just tell it. He's ripping off my comments, but to be fair, I'm ripping off his.
Well, look, we'll find out more as soon as Kevin does come in. He's not far away. He'll be in very shortly. In fact, he's got 2 feature lots, which we'll go through with him very, very shortly. Whilst we wait for him, though, let's just talk about that as well. We spoke about properties coming on like that, because it's not just properties you get. We had water towers, we had forts, land, of course, as well.
Yeah.
How does somebody decide that's enough? I'm just going to get rid of this. Is it that simple? Do they come to you, or do you look at that bit of land and think, right, who owns that? I'm going to do some research and find out and contact them.
No, I mean, majority of our lots will come to us organically. You know, people contact us and say, "Look, I've got some land to sell. I want to do this. I want to do that." And as I say, we sell for many different people, whether it's private clients, it could be trusts, it could be charities. Probate properties, land as well. Yes, as I say, there's all sorts of reasons that something might come to auction. And as I say, we tend to find it's not always necessarily the property that dictates it goes to auction. Quite often it's the actual client's circumstance. They might have had a rental property that's gone bad. They might have been, as I say, unfortunately inherited a property owing to someone passing away, or it could just be that they're moving in with family. They're going abroad. They don't want the process of going on the open market, getting a sale, falling through, et cetera, and the whole process taking. I spoke to someone the other day, and they were saying that they put an offer in. And the whole process took nearly 10 months to go through to exchange of contracts. Yeah. That doesn't happen with auction, because obviously the catalogue came out just before the weekend. We've got the auction on the 21st of September. That's when it finishes. And then people are exchanging contracts on that day. The drop of the gavel or the time we're getting to zero is an exchange of contracts. The buyer is legally bound to buy, the seller is legally bound to sell. So as I say, it's a great way of buying and selling. It doesn't work for everybody. But people can get finance. They do go and get finance on some of these properties. Yeah. So as I say, there's nothing that restricts someone buying or selling a property at auction, because as you see, we sell all sorts, whether it's chapels, parcels of land, great houses, commercial property. We've got an industrial unit in this auction as well. The cottage we featured the last lot, the one at Sanford Mill Cottages. Beautiful property, and that had been on the market with an estate agent, Cooper Hurst in Chelmsford, brought that to us and said, look, we've just had a sale that's not going anywhere at the moment. The client is looking for some certainty, some closure on it once it's sold, and we've suggested this is perhaps the best route for him to get that. So as I say, people come to us for all different reasons, and I say most of it is organic. There's people that we talk to and suggest to them, yes, auction might be a great route for them to consider. But a majority of it comes through word of mouth, recommendation. Obviously, the advertising shows like this, and when we have about 4,500 people watching the show in the.
We did, yeah. It's getting bigger and bigger. The auction show, Clive Emson as well, and don't forget, do subscribe to Clive Emson on YouTube and the auction show as well. There is a link in the body of this broadcast. Give it a click, find out even more about it, and don't forget to register your interest for the September auction as well for Clive Emson. Live bidding on the 19th of September. But again, head on over. There's a link in the body of this broadcast. Take you straight through to the Clive Emson website. It's running across the ticker bar at the bottom as well, www.cliveemson.co.uk. Or give this man, Paul Bridgeman, a call on.
Oh, you don't have to call just me. There are other people.
The team at Clive Emson.
I am going to be rushed off my feet with 160 minutes. But we're also only too pleased to talk to you, of course. And if you look on the website, it tells you who is dealing with each lot. So as I say, so you can pick up the phone, talk to us. We've seen it. We know what we're talking about in terms of the lots. Give us a ring. The general office number is 0345 8500 I mean, I've said that a million times, that number, and I still have to look at it every time I read it out.
No, you'll know it off by heart soon.
Well, I do. I still have to look at it. Or, as I say, we've got the 5 regional offices as well. So you can more than welcome if you speak to someone in one of the offices, you can bring them in the local office numbers as well. Again, all the numbers are on the website. And also, as Ian mentioned earlier, we will be doing the full catalogue run-through show. As I say, there was so much content for this show. To combine the two, as well as the technical issues, was going to be a long show. And
we were going to give it a go, weren't we, Paul? But I think we'd still be live at about midnight tonight.
Yeah, that's it. So, as I say, keep an eye on social media, on Twitter, on Ian's pages as well, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You'll see all the information about when we're going to release that show as well. So, we'll do a full run-through show later in the week.
Yeah, definitely. You don't worry. You will see at least images of every single lot that is going under the hammer for the Clive Emson auction, September auction. Now, we're still waiting for Kevin to come in, but as I did mention before, he does have 2 feature lots. He's also got feature lot 135, which is 35A St Margaret Street in Canterbury. And I don't know about you, Paul, but I'm itching to see it. Do you want to see it?
Let's have a look. Yeah.
Let's have a look. go. Look, I do love a cheery tune there, a cheery jingle, and we've got plenty of them. That's Kevin's second feature lot. Of course, that he's got 35A St Margaret Street, Canterbury. You might have to fill us in on this one, actually, Paul. So tell us more if you can.
Yeah, so we've got a centre commercial premises. You saw in the video there. So a nice street, established properties, established businesses, lots of sort of outside space in terms of outside dining. Canterbury's a lovely city. It's beautiful location. And this is a ready-made property for someone to open a little eatery, a cafe, a restaurant. It looks idyllic, and someone's going to have a dream, aren't they? And let's see if we can, put them on the way to fulfilling that dream with a little coffee shop or a restaurant. It's perfect for that.
It certainly is. It looks like we might actually have Kevin with us as well. That's almost perfect time. Let's see if we can bring Kevin in to have a quick chat. Kevin, are you there? Can you hear us? I don't actually know. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring Kevin in, actually. No, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to bring Kevin in. We are, as we said before, one or two issues in the background causing a couple of issues that might just prevent us from being able to do that. But like you said, idyllic location, beautiful property as well. Lot 138, that's 35 St Margaret Street. Guide price of 300 plus.
300 plus, yeah. And as I say, it's one of those areas that's it's close to the Canterbury Tales Visitor Centre, and I think it's opposite the Marlow Shopping Arcade. It's a great great property, and as you say, if you go to cliveemson.co.uk, look for lot 138. You'll be able to download all the information on this one. All the legal pack and arrange viewing times, all that sort of thing. So yeah, a great property to get involved with.
Now, I must say, we do have Kevin waiting with us. I can only apologise to you, Kevin, if you can hear us. Our technical issues is ranging to bringing people into the show as well, I'm afraid. So thank you for making the effort to come in, Kevin, but we will certainly hear from you at a later date as well. We also have Audrey Smith as well waiting. Audrey, I don't think, just tried to bring you into the studio. I don't think we're going to be able to bring you in either. I have been informed by our software providers that we should have these issues sorted sooner rather than later. However, Audrey does have a feature lot as well, hence the reason why we were hoping to bring her in, and it's Chapel Cottage, Hale Cottage in Cheddar. Now, Cheddar's a beautiful place as well, by the way.
It certainly is.
It really is. Now, shall we have a look at these, Paul? We'll see if we can get the guests in.
Yes, here we go.
go. Look, you caught me just having a little sip of my coffee. I'm going to try and bring Kevin in, but he's gone, understandably so. I can't. Unfortunately, Audrey, I'm trying to bring you into the studio. I can't get you in either. But maybe, Paul, you can help us with Chapel Hale Cottage, feature lot 64.
Yes, yeah, it's it's a triple element to it, really. As there are 3 cottages, you've got vacant properties, or 2 vacant properties, and a tenanted cottage there as well. As I say, Hale Cottage is currently tenanted, and then you've got the other 2 cottages which are ready to add to a portfolio, live in one, rent 2, whatever you might want to do. Really, the possibilities are endless. We're selling on behalf of trustees for this one. And again, it's a beautiful looking building, stone cottages in Cheddar, as you mentioned, lovely part of the world, and as I say, a good amount of space around the back, plenty of parking. There's great potential to enhance these cottages. Whether it's a real shame can't talk to Audrey, because I'd love to know a bit of the history to these. Whether they were work cottages, whether they were church cottages, what were they? It's the name suggests North Chapel. It's North Street Chapel, that they were something to do with the chapel at some point.
Yeah, it is a real shame. I'm sure we can get more information at some point from Audrey. And of course, don't forget, we will be coming back for another show where we will run through all of the lots again for you, all 162. We're just focusing on the feature lots in this show. As you can see, that was one of them there, but we will bring up images later on in another show to show you the rest of the 160 or so lots going under the hammer. It's quite a big auction, isn't it, Paul? This one, 100. This is the 3rd one we've done with you, and I think 124 was the biggest. I mean, it's a big jump up, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's not the biggest we've done. We've certainly done in excess of 200 lots in the past, but I say, yeah, it's certainly the biggest one we've done for best part of the year. I think we had around about the same number in September last year. So it's interesting to see after the summer holidays, people want to get business done. So people want to sell, people want to buy. So it always tends to be a big auction from now through to the end of the year. Tends to be our absolute busiest time.
Yeah, it's
looking at projects and things for the new year.
Definitely, it's quite a strange time, actually, isn't it? With the economy the way that things are at the minute, it seems that the auction industry doesn't seem to be suffering at all.
Well, it doesn't, not at the moment. No, I mean, let's say there is a lot of uncertainty out there. Cost of living. New Prime Minister being announced today. I haven't seen the news yet, because obviously we've been on air, but I don't know who the new Prime Minister is yet. I don't know if that's
if you are watching the repeat of this show, because we are going to repeat it multiple times, if you're watching the repeat, comment below. And by the way, if you are watching this, you can comment below too. We can see your comments as well. So please do get your questions in at any time. We do want to hear from you. If you've got a question for Paul, any of the guests, you want to find out more about the lots, please do comment below. We will check them out. So don't worry about that.
Abuse my jacket, because I might take enough stick on the jacket in the office here.
I don't think it's that bad. Nice cream jacket.
That's the summary.
You wouldn't look out of place up at Essex County Cricket Ground with that.
Well, we might take a wander over there later. Too busy for cricket today, unfortunately.
Too busy with 162 lots in total for the Clive Emson Auctioneers September auction. Don't forget, head over to www.cliveemson.co.uk to register your interest and download the full catalogue as well to make your life even easier. We have put a link to the Clive Emson website in the body of this broadcast too. So just give it a click. You don't even have to type it out. We couldn't have made it any easier for you. Register your interest. If you like any of the feature lots you've seen so far, want to find out more, then do check it out. Head on over. Of course, we are going to bring you another show with all 162 lots in as well. That will be a nice little photo show. We'll get you all of those in too. Now we are going to let's just take another look at we have another feature. It's Welcome Hall Plymouth. We've only got images for it, and as you know, we're 1 or 2 issues with that, so we won't be able to show you those. But we do have another one as well. It's 54 Ruthin Road, Blackheath, South East London. It is actually one of yours as well, isn't it? Yeah. I believe, Paul. So let's have a look at the video. Let's have a little look at this, and then you can tell us more about 54 Ruthin Road. Blackheath, southeast London. Of course, guide price of that one from 575, and it's quite a spacious property, isn't it, for London?
It is. Three brilliant sizes. As I say, great location. Three bedroom house. It's nice and convenient to get onto the A2, Blackwall Tunnel, but Blackheath itself, it's a lovely little spot. You've got Blackheath Village, not too far away. You're actually just not too far from Greenwich Park as well, and the great views that offers over the city of London is stunning. But the property itself it's a mid-terrace house. They're selling for way more than this on the open market. It's a really nice property. Looks lovely inside. It's got its little quirks to it, and there's more information on that in the legal pack. We're not hiding anything in that respect. But as I say, it's all there for people to see and understand. But yeah, the phones have gone off the hook on this one already this morning.
Wow. Okay.
So you see a property in Blackheath at this kind of money, the phones have gone mad for it. So I think the price is right. Thank you to our joint auctioneers, JDM, for bringing this one into us. It's a great property. I hope we sell it well. I mean, so you see the bit on the video. Lovely kitchen, breakfast room, nice living room, 3 great sized bedrooms. Nice outside space at the back as well, and there's actually a pond below that decked area as well. So don't want anyone falling in it. It's happened before. It'll happen again.
By you, Paul. By you.
Yeah, not me. I'm wearing away. I'd say it's a great looking little property. I do hope that one sells really well for the client as well.
Yeah, definitely. Superb stuff there. It's an area that I know quite well, not a million miles away from Elton, which is a place I know. I know Elton a bit better. In fact, there is a property from Elton in this auction as well, which will bring you, of course, in the next show that we do as well. So you will be able to see that. Now, I'm going to see if I can bring in Tom. Can we bring in Tom? Oh, there he is, Tom. We can bring you in. Now, Tom, you've actually got a feature lot as well. Hello, welcome to the show, by the way. Welcome Hall in Plymouth. Tell us more about that particular property.
Yes. Can you see me?
We can.
Yes. Yeah.
How are you guys? You all right?
We're all good, thanks, Tom. Yes, all good.
Yes. So it's a enormous building. What's the sort of from the EPC? It's 13,650 or over that square footage wise. Was a former community centre, and then has a sort of almost separate, but within the sort of building, retail unit, which was used as a charity shop. It's got rear access and front access, sort of 4 stories at the front, a middle section, which is about 2 stories, sort of a basement and first story, and then got another 4 stories at the rear as well. So I think sort of what people can be looking at is the potential for development, possibly keeping the retail unit, making possibly another shop at the front, and then trying to get some residential units throughout. Obviously, with all the consents being obtainable.
Of course, yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah. No, it looks a really interesting property, and as I say, this one's come to us by Plymouth Council, I believe.
That's through the Plymouth City Council, that one, yeah. So just starting to get a few of them. We've also got another one with Plymouth City Council just down the road, actually. That's a 1-bed flat. So that's promising with that side of it as well.
Absolutely, yeah, no, brilliant. And what's the guide price on the Welcome Hall?
Guide price on that one is 60,000 to 80,000. For the size of the property, it's quite a sort of
combination for that kind of money, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I think I did sort of a quick numbers on it, and it works out to don't quote me on it, but about £5 a square foot. So it's fairly decent price, but it has got it. There's fair amount of works to be done.
Of course. Yeah.
So there's flat roofs that need some looking at. But yeah, obviously the end value, if you're able to get sort of planned development, could be a decent value.
Well, Tom, I've got a £10 note in my wallet now. Can I have 2 square foot?
That's it. I'll just pass that on. I'll retain that for you.
Superb stuff. Now, Paul, as we've got Tom with us, I know you've been doing asking some questions, some 10 quick fire questions, and I think we need to put Tom under a bit of pressure now, don't we?
Yeah, he looks like he needs the pressure. Yeah, he looks like the most relaxed man on earth. Brilliant. Phones have been busy this morning since the catalogue's gone live.
Well, I've actually been out all morning,
Yeah,
but I've just come in,
yeah.
and Sally has not been off the phone since I've been in.
No, okay. And there's you talking to us, eh?
That's it.
In a minute. No, I'd say people love this section of the show where we just have a chat between obviously the negotiators, get know a little bit more about you. I threw this at Russell earlier, and so it's just 10 quick fire favourites, really.
Right. Okay.
Favourite holiday destination.
Favourite holiday destination. Not sure what people think of it, but Amsterdam.
Very nice. Very nice.
I won't ask why. We won't ask why. Good night. Good cheap beer.
It's the scenery.
The scenery. Good answer. Good answer. Favourite place in the UK.
Favourite place in the UK. Manchester.
Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting place. It's like the London, but not as expensive.
Yeah. Absolutely. First car.
First car was a Ford Focus that I got off my cousin's boyfriend for 200 quid.
Nice. Favourite drink.
Favourite drink. Anything with alcohol, really.
He's ordering coaching you in the background.
That's it. Or just keep chucking the answers over.
Brilliant. Your hero, whether it be sporting hero, music.
Right. Okay. Probably if it was, I'll go with sporting. Steven Gerrard. I always liked Steven Gerrard. I used to play quite a lot of football when I was growing up, and Steven Gerrard was always my favourite player.
Yeah. Cool. Favourite food.
Favourite food. Probably a boring choice, but steak and chips.
Sounds perfect to me. Perfect to me.
Good dinner, that.
Favourite film.
Favourite film. Oh, another sort of cop out, but Shawshank Redemption. It's got to be up there.
Yeah,
that is a cop out, Tom.
It is a cop out.
That is such a cop out, that one, isn't it? It's a good film. Don't get me wrong.
That's it, and I know the people aren't going to argue with it. That's it.
What's it about, Tom? What's it about? Who stars in it?
Really sure. It's about singing and dancing, isn't
it? Favourite famous person you've ever met.
Famous person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Clive Emson.
Oh, there you go. MBE.
That's it.
That's the one.
How much is that pay rise worth, Tom?
That's it. I'll find out later.
And your favourite TV programme?
Favourite TV programme?
Doesn't have to be current. It could be.
Can't say I watch a huge amount of TV, to be honest. Audrey, got any answers for me? I'll go with Peaky Blinders. It's not
that choice.
It wasn't BBC, wasn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
Peaky Blinders.
And last two are connected, really. Favourite biscuit.
Favourite biscuit. Audrey actually mentioned this one. It's a Hobnobs chocolate Hobnobs.
Hobnobs.
That is a good shout. That is a good shout.
And to go with that chocolate hobnob, tea or coffee?
Coffee every day of the week.
That's 3-1 coffee.
Come on, coffee.
Come on,
coffee. Tom, brilliant. Did you say Audrey's there? Is Audrey opposite you?
She is there. Do you want?
Yeah. Because unfortunately, we couldn't bring Audrey in a little bit earlier. But Tom, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really do appreciate you taking time out. I know you're busy, so thank you so much.
No problem at all. Thanks for having me on, and I'll get Audrey to swap over. If you like.
Yeah, lovely.
Please do. Yeah, fantastic stuff.
Cheers, guys.
So,
cheers. Thanks, Tom.
Audrey's property we saw a little bit earlier, actually, is the Chapel Cottage and Hale Cottage. Hello, Audrey. How are you?
Hiya. I'm good, thank you.
Sorry we couldn't get you in before. We were having a bit of a software technical issue, but we've got you now, of course. We've just seen Chapel Cottage, Hale Cottage, Cheddar. Tell us more about it, because it does look sensational.
Yeah, so it's the old chapel building, which is the property you can see at the front, you know, the grey with the four gables. Yeah. So that's the old chapel. It's still got the old baptism bath under the floor, so that lifts up, you know, where they baptize everybody. And then there's two cottages as well. One of them's actually tenanted at the moment, and the other one is vacant, and that's a 2-bedroom cottage ready to go. To be fair, it's a little bit tired, a little bit it needs a clean, but yeah, it's ready to go. But the chapel itself, obviously a little bit of hope value there, but located, Cheddar is famous for its cheese.
Yeah.
And it's just a lovely location in Somerset, by the Mendip Hills, that sort of area. It's super.
And it's gorge as well, of course. It's famous
It's
for Cheddar
famous gorge. It's limestone gorges, is it? I believe, and stalactites and all of that. No, it's a nice one. It's got an awful lot of potential. Whether you were to extend the cottages, because there's room there to do that by the looks of things, or just to get those rented out and then use your potential with the chapel itself. Yeah, I mean, loads of different potential there, I think. Obviously subject to all planning consents, but certainly got a lot of potential.
I said Audrey would know their history, didn't I? She knows the stuff.
I was shouting to you, but you didn't hear.
Sorry, the window's open, Audrey.
But no, great one. It is a great one. And if you need a bath, you just take the floor up and go and have a lie down in there.
Absolutely.
Right, Audrey. Now we've put a couple of people through it so far. Put them through their paces. Paul's 11 questions now, actually, isn't it, Paul? And we should ask. We should make it 12 and ask what people's favourite cheese is as well.
Cheddar.
Yes. There you go. So, Paul, over to you, Audrey. Your quick fire questions. Here they come.
Quick fire questions, Audrey. Come on, then. Favourite holiday destination?
I think Turkey.
Turkey.
I like Turkey.
Turkey. Big country.
I know. I just like the holidaying there. Don't like the other bits.
Favourite place in the UK?
Cheshire, which is where I come from originally.
I thought you were going to say Cheddar then.
Not Cornwall.
No. Cheshire. I like Cheshire.
You like Cheshire? That's fine. Favourite drink?
Rosé. Glass of rosé.
Glass of rosé. Well, Ian will buy you one next time he comes down to Chicago.
Yeah,
deal.
Good. I'll hold you to that, definitely.
Your first car?
A Mini, a little Mini. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's it. I love a Mini.
Yeah, well, everybody's first car really in that era, I think.
Favourite food?
I want to say Italian, actually. I think Italian, but I do like a good roast.
Yeah.
So either of them, really.
No problem. Your hero, your sporting hero, music hero, whatever it might be, who you admired growing up. I'm just surprised Tom didn't say Nelson Mandela because
he's picking all the popular ones out of the bin, isn't he?
There's so many, isn't there? You could sit there all day. I think the Queen's got to go down as one of my heroes. That sort of, I mean, she's just amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, that is a great answer, actually. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. Your favourite film?
Oh God. Well, I can't even think. There's so many. Do you know what? I can't pick one. I don't know. And as soon as I get off here, I'm going to know, aren't I? But yeah, I don't know. Probably Toy Story.
Good film. Very good film. Not Shawshank Redemption.
No, both my sons did that at uni, and I'm sick of that film. So I'm sick with Toy Story.
Someone will tell you all about it later.
Yeah. If he knows what it's actually about. If he's seen it, I don't think he's seen it.
No, he's just fibbing. I know
it. Your favourite or most famous person you've ever met?
Billy Bingham off SAS.
Billy Bingham. You guys are growers. Favourite TV programme?
I think SAS actually. Who does it? Yeah, quite like that.
You're for a job or a little spot on there, are you?
Yeah, my son made it actually a couple of years ago. He was the series producer on it, so I've got to sort of hang in.
That one then, yeah.
Yeah, they both make TV programs, so I have to say every single program that they've ever been in. So I suppose The Bridge would be my favourite program. Yeah. All these things that they've done, all of them.
Fantastic. And you had your little debut on Homes Under the Hammer recently, I hear.
Sorry, you went a bit garbled then. I couldn't hear you properly.
Oh, no, that's just Essex for you. No, you were on Homes Under the Hammer recently as well, weren't you?
Yes, it's actually on TV tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tune in.
God, I'm like a star. I'm the most famous person in there.
Person, Audrey.
I'm surprised Tom didn't say that, to be fair.
Well, I'm surprised. You know, you can read
Yeah.
that one in a minute. Yeah.
So he's looking after his pay rise. I don't give him that. So.
Last couple, Audrey. Last couple. Your favourite biscuit?
Chocolate digestive.
Chocolate digestive, and you're going to dip that in a cup of something.
Cup of tea. A nice cup of tea.
3-2 back to in the game.
Oh, disappointing, but there you go.
No, I was just trying to find out a little bit more about it because, let's say, people really enjoy these sections. So, next time someone's phoning you and asking you about the property in Cheddar, they'll be asking you, for a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit.
And a glass of rosé. And a glass of rosé.
A glass of rosé, probably, but it depends if I'm driving.
Absolutely.
Great, Audrey.
The rest of the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us and stepping in there. Apologies we couldn't get you in on your own computer, but Tom to the rescue there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, see you soon then. Take care.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Good stuff. I'm delighted we managed to get Audrey. And apologies to Kevin. We haven't managed to get him in. He did try. So thanks for trying, Kevin. Big apologies. We will hear from you, though, at a later date. Remember, this is the feature lot show where we are going to have another show for you as well, where we're going to work through all 162 lots. You're going to see the images. We'll talk through the guide prices for you. You will see every single lot before the bidding goes live for the September Clive Emson auction. 19th of September, Paul.
19th of September, the bidding goes live. Yeah, Monday the 19th from about midday. All the lots will be live for bidding. And the auction will finish on the 21st, Wednesday the 21st. First lot will finish at 11 o'clock, and every 3 minutes after that, another one will be coming along to finish off. But you can bid any time from the Monday onwards. So get involved nice and early. Don't leave it all to the last minute. And as I say, I'm sure there'll be some great deals done on the day.
We certainly will. Now,
wait for the next show. You can go to the website now, cliveemson.co.uk. As we mentioned, the link is running across the bottom of the screen. Click on the link, and you will get through to the website, and you'll be able to see all the lots there. If you can't wait to see us again, and then I say you can make a head start on seeing all the lots that are available.
Yeah, do that as well. And to make life even easier, there is a link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to the Clive Emson website to keep up to date with everything that's happening with the auction as well. Make sure you subscribe to the auction show on YouTube. There is a link in the body of this broadcast, and Clive Emson on YouTube too, because you upload every single video as well, don't you, actually, of the lots too. So do check out Clive Emson on YouTube. It's well worth a look.
Yeah, absolutely. All the lots are on there. They can be accessed directly from our website, or go to the YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see them all there. Yeah, no problem at all.
Now, Paul, we're not going to finish up just yet, because we've spoken to Audrey, we've spoken to Tom, we've spoken to Russell. You've put the questions to them, but we haven't had them put to us yet, have we? So yeah. I think you and me go head to head with these 10 questions. Look, the first one was favourite holiday destination.
Favourite holiday destination, yeah.
Go on, and what's it for you? And then I'll tell you mine.
Portugal.
For me, it's Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Bit different, Portugal, the Algarve to Manhattan.
Do you know? Yeah, I could live there. I don't know what it is about the place, but just magical. Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, question 2.
Yeah, favourite place in the UK.
Well, for me, it's got to be Harrogate in North Yorkshire.
Is that home? Is it?
Originally, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Well, my favourite place in the UK is a little place in the northeast of Scotland called Cullen.
Oh, very nice.
Little fishing village. My grandparents used to live up there, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
A few decent golf courses up there, I imagine, as well.
There are, yes. Yeah. that I could ruin. Favourite drink.
Favourite drink. Do you know what? I can throw a bit of a curveball in here because I'm really into cherry flavoured Lucozade at the minute. Does it have to be alcohol? Does it have to be alcoholic? I do drink, by the way. I do drink. So.
It doesn't matter if you don't.
What about you, Paul?
Favourite drink? I do love a cup of tea.
Yeah.
But
Yorkshire tea. It's got to be Yorkshire tea.
It's got to be Yorkshire tea, absolutely, yes, yeah. However, Rob, who we've obviously featured last time with the property in Fort Gilkirker, when I was working with Rob down at the New Forest show, he recommended a beer to me at the local pub that I was staying at. It's a Ringwood Brewery 49er. Absolutely.
Really? I know the Ringwood.
Really
Brewery.
nice.
Yeah,
Ringwood Brewery. So next time I'm down that way, it's difficult to get hold of around it in Essex, unfortunately, but next time I'm down that way, I'll definitely have a pint of 49er.
Fantastic stuff. Right, next question. What do we offer?
First car.
My first car was a Rover 214 SI. It was my mum's, but she let me have it. It had beige interior, 5-door family saloon, fake plastic walnut dash. I was at college at the time, and I thought I was the coolest. All my mates had Vauxhall Corsas and Fiat Puntos, and then I rocked up with this massive boot, 5-door family saloon. I loved it. How about you, Paul?
Well, not that I had my street cred before this moment, but I'm just
not with that jacket.
Not with that jacket. There he goes. So I'm just about to throw it all out the window. I had a Fiat Panda.
Fiat Panda. Funny enough, our producer Elaine, I can see him in the background now. He's pumping his fists. He had a Fiat Panda as well.
Brilliant. Go for it, Elaine. Yeah, brilliant. Favorite food?
Probably roast potatoes.
Roast potato. I do love a roast potato.
But when they've been really cooked in the fat, but the small ones, not the big ones. You know, when you get and they're crispy.
Crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Amazing. What about this? Now I get a lot of stick on this. If I go out for a Sunday dinner, my wife goes mad if I put tomato ketchup on the table and on the plate and start dipping the roasties in the tomato.
Oh yeah, not sure about that. Dip it in gravy is fine, but not tomato ketchup.
No. Going to get an invite to dinner then. No. Okay.
Well, I love ketchup. I dip most things in ketchup, but not roast potatoes.
Not on roast potatoes. All right. Okay. I'll let Nick know, but Ian says no. Right. For me, it's seafood paella.
Seafood. Oh, paella. Not a seafood fan, unfortunately.
No, I love fish. I love seafood. So
fair enough. Takes all sorts.
Your hero. Music.
Right. Sport. Yeah, sporting. I've actually got two, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. Nigel Mansell is one, and I'll tell you. And I'll tell you why. It's because he raced in an era of Formula One when it was the best of the best, wasn't it? You know, Mansell and Prost and Senna and Piquet when he was good. You know, what a time to be racing. And he'll probably openly admit he wasn't the most talented out of all of them, but he was probably the most determined out of a lot of them. And he just never quit, did he? Never gave up, that man. No. My second is Tiger Woods as well. I won't hear a bad thing said about Tiger Woods.
Yeah, fair enough. No, well, I kind of had two as well. It was Nigel Mansell and Glenn Hoddle.
Okay, yeah.
Shown my allegiance there, haven't I? But I'll get some comments on that one too. But yeah, Glenn Hoddle, I think he was a phenomenal player.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Even when he was Chelsea manager and he was doing things on the pitch that no one else could do. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Some player. Yeah.
Favorite film?
Shawshank Redemption. No, I'm joking. Do you know what? It's such a difficult one because it depends on what mood you're in, doesn't it? Funny enough, I've just really got back into when I was a bit younger. Show my age here. I had the Lethal Weapon box set on VHS, and I always like Lethal Weapon 4 was always my favourite, so I'm going to go with that.
Lethal Weapon 4. There you go. I kind of, again, like I say, it's always kind of what mood you're in to watch. But one for me I love the James Bond films, but Skyfall for me is my absolute go-to film for a feel-good, good over evil type thing. Yeah.
Do you know what, Sky? Funny you say that because it's the one film that I could just watch over and over and over and over and never get bored of. It's just got it all, hasn't it? Yeah, that's a really good shout, actually.
All right, subcategory. Favorite Bond?
Skyfall.
Bond, as in
which actor? Daniel Craig, actually.
I agree. Craig. Yeah, no, I thought you put a real change to it. Anyway, gone my off property, but it's fine. You know, it's no problem at all. Where were we? Favorite TV program?
Right. I'm going to say this one. Some people won't like it, but I was a huge fan of The Office. You know, with David Brent and all that. The UK one. That's it, Ricky Gervais. The UK one. And then when I got Netflix, I started to watch the American one just to see what it was like.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. And of course, the thing about the British office is only like 2 series, but the American one is like 12 series. So it took me like a year and a half to get through it. But do you know what? When you first watch it after watching the British one, you're like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. The more you get into it, it's really good. And because it's so long as well, because it's 12 series, you really get into the characters. And so actually, I would probably say both offices, the UK and the American one, are equally as good.
No problem. Right. For me, I'd say the Sherlock, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch, and I really like that. Luther, I thought that was an awesome series.
Yeah.
Or like Tom said, Peaky Blinders. So I've been very sitting on the fence there.
I've never seen Peaky Blinders actually.
You recommend?
No, I've heard good things. Yeah, I was going to say Emmerdale, but I thought no, I'd be a bit more cooler.
Favorite biscuit? We're back.
It's got to be a chocolate bourbon, hasn't it? It's just
Chocolate bourbon.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with a. You asked me this question once before, actually.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what I said?
I
do actually. I remember it.
I did say custard cream, dear, because everybody says custard.
I said Jammy Dodger because it was like my cartoon. And any win,
Jammy Dodger. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
And we've said to your coffee. You're in the coffee camp. I'm in the tea.
So coffee wins. I think that's 3-2 or something to coffee. Coffee's the champion.
Yeah. 3-2.
Now, good stuff, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us. As I said before, we will have another show for everybody too. So you will see all 162 lots. Keep an eye out on our social media and, of course, Clive Emson for that one too. We will push it out live so you'll be able to see every single lot. We are going to repeat this show as well. So if you haven't had a chance to catch up with it, if you're watching the repeat, hello from the past. And hello to the future. If you're watching this show on repeat, of course. We don't know who the new Prime Minister is, but you already know. Spooky. There you go. We are going to repeat this. This has been the Feature Lot show. Of course, we've gone through a number of the feature lots that are going to be shown for the September auction for Clive Emson. Our next show, of course, we're going to work through all 162 lots. You're going to see them all. We'll give even more information about them for you as well. So don't you worry about that. Paul, have you enjoyed it?
Absolutely great. Yes. Now I look forward to seeing you later in the week where we'll do the run-through show and talk a bit more about the lots. In the meantime, like I say, if anyone's wants to get ahead of the game and have a look at the website, all the lots are on there for you to see. You can start booking viewings, downloading legal packs, all that sort of thing. Start making some investigations into what's out there. Keep an eye on the social media side of things. We'll let you know when the next show's coming up. So we'll see you later in the week, and we'll also see you on the 19th of September as well for the big bidding live show. So to announce the biddings live, and we'll have a chat about how the marketing process has gone, what's been the star lots coming up, and what to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this show is obviously showcasing the feature lots. It's also a bit of education as well. So to players out, it's actually going to be you, Paul. You have your 5 golden rules of bidding, of course. If you're watching this and you've never bought from auction or sold from auction, a little bit unsure of what the process is, or if you have done it before, it's been a while, you just want a bit of a refresher, to players out is Paul Bridgeman with his 5 golden rules of bidding. Thank you so much for watching. And, of course, we'll see you for the next show.
Yeah, see you soon.
Hello, I'm Paul from Clive Emson Land and Property Auctioneers. I'm one of the auctioneers with the company, and we want to give you some tips on how to buy property at auction. The 5 golden rules to buying at auction. We're in the beautiful mid-Essex village of Turlin. And one example of one of the properties we've got in their current auction, the beautiful chapel here in Turlin, and we want to give you, as I say, a few tips on how to buy at auction, which should be the most open, transparent and fun way of buying land or property. So come inside and we'll give you some tips. Okay, so you found the area that you want to buy in. You've done all your research into areas and what you want to do with the property when you've actually purchased. So you see a property in the auction catalogue or online, and you say, that's the one for me. I really want to go and buy that property. Here's the 5 tips we should recommend you should be following if you want to buy a property at auction. Firstly, get all the property details. Download it from the internet, look at it online, and go and view the property. Inspect the property is a big important thing you need to do. You see a lot of people on Homes Under the Hammer who buy something and have never seen the property. Very risky. I would always recommend you in person go and look at the property if you can. Second point is the legals. Always download the legal pack get your own legal advice on that legal pack. Get your solicitor to look at the pack, either send it to them or they can download it from our website also. Because really, that is everything you need to know about the property, and like I say, it's the most open and transparent way of buying a property. So everything about the property will be in that legal pack for you to have a look at. Next thing, do you need a survey? Do you need it for finance purposes? Do you need it for your own peace of mind? If so, then obviously you need to organise that survey before you come along to the auction to bid. So that's a really important point. You may not need a survey. You may be comfortable looking at the property yourself, have people you know who are comfortable looking at the property and can give you advice on it. But if you need a survey or you want peace of mind, do it before the auction. Because after the hammer's gone down on the day of the auction, you've exchanged contracts. You're legally bound to purchase that property. So if you then go and get a survey and you don't like the report that comes back, you're legally bound to still purchase that property and you've paid your 10% deposit. Fourth point is knowing the costs. Know the costs of what you're going to be involved with. Is it just the purchase price? There's also an auction administration charge, which is on a sliding scale depending on the price you purchase at. All the information will be available on the addendum and is available on our website and the catalogue also. So look into that. Also in the special conditions, which are in the legal pack, you will need to look at if there are any additional costs that you need to pay towards the purchase. Sometimes there are costs in there, so yeah, just have a look at that. That's quite an important point. But also in terms of knowing your own costs, what do you need to spend in terms of doing the property up, additional research work, anything that you might need to do to get to the end product that you actually want to end up with. As I say, so know those costs, work it all out, and be quite thorough and have a bit of flexibility in your budget too. The last thing really is to register for the auction. Our auctions are still online at present, so what you need to do is go to our website, click the register to bid button, and follow the links through to and fill in all the information, including your identification documents, your credit or debit card details, your solicitor's details, and build your profile on the bidding platform. Last thing, auction day. Don't panic. Stick within your means, know what you want to pay, and as I say, really you just need to then follow the process and see it through to the counter down to getting to zero, or that hammer falling. And at that point, you know you've purchased the property. And the one thing to remember is if you are the successful bidder, you've never overpaid for a property at auction. Unlike informal tenders or on the market, you don't know what other people have bid. At auction, it's open, it's transparent. You can see what the underbidder's paid. And if you are the successful bidder, you know you've got it for one bid more than the underbidder. So congratulations at that point. Well done. You're the new owner of a land or property. So I hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions at any point during the process, best thing to do is give us a call, and we'll be only too pleased to talk you through the process a bit further and answer any questions you've got. Thank you.